Hey, it's Diane from DianeHockman.com, and I have a big question for you today, and this is going to hit a lot of people really hard. The question is, are you a minimum wage marketer or are you an executive marketer? So if we look out in the real world, in the regular marketplace, what separates the guy that's working fast food or retail for minimum wage? I don't know. I think here in Connecticut it's like $8.70 an hour. I don't know what it is these days. And the guy who is earning multiple six figures in an executive position. What separates them? Why don't they pay the guy that works flipping burgers a couple $100,000? And why do they pay the guy that's, working an executive level in a company or as a professional, highly educated professional? Why do they pay him that kind of money? A master surgeon, a great attorney, a corporate executive. What's the difference? Well, first of all, and this is where I'm going to pick apart a lot of the myths that you have been sold and that many of you adopted. First of all, one of the reasons why people that make minimum wage, tongue-tied today. One of the reasons why people make minimum wage is because they are dispensable. Okay. There's a cookie cutter system wherever they work. They are taught how to run the register or how to flip the burger or how to mop the floor or whatever it may be. And pretty much anybody can walk in and do that job. Okay. There's very little education required. There's no professional development required. You just show up every day, put on your uniform, do your job, and go home. And then you can go home and have some Pizza Hut and crack open a Six and watch Netflix. There's no requirement. There's no major stress. It's a minimum wage job. Now, by the way, am I picking on minimum wage jobs? No. Guess where I started in my life? Okay. In a minimum wage job, making $3.35 an hour back in the day. Okay. And I worked multiple minimum wage jobs until I learned that I could make myself more valuable. Okay. And in fact, when I started my business back up and I needed some work just to get some advertising money, I went back to mopping floors. And while it was more than minimum wage, it was not a heck of a lot of money, but it was something I could do at night when my babies were sleeping, and I didn't want something that I had to think about, even though I had a background in education. I wanted something that I could go in for a couple hours, get paid. I was making $12 an hour or something like that. So now let's look at an executive level person. This person has gone to school. This person has gotten educated. But most importantly, this person has assumed a competent position and is a decision maker. Okay. So when you start your business, if you are looking for a plug and play system, we do all the work for you. And gosh, guys, I've sold using these words. I have to admit it, the done for you marketing. When you are looking for an upline that's going to give you step-by-step directions, when you're looking for the blueprint, I want you to become hyper aware of all these words now when you're buying things and when the marketing is like that. Because what it's saying is we invite you to be a minimum wage marketer. We are going to do everything for you. All we want you to do is put on your uniform, plug and play, and do the job to what? To make us money. Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that when they say they're going to do it all for me and I don't have to learn much, you're saying that I'm going to make money for someone else. Yes, you are. Because what do you think a minimum wage worker does? They get paid $8.70 an hour and all the rest of the money goes back to the owner. Okay? You really have to get clear on this. So are you looking for a minimum wage marketing position? Are you looking for an executive wage marketing position? Multi-six figures, as we all talk about. Oh, nowadays it's 7 figures and 8 figures. Who do you want to be? Because when you enter saying I'm confused, I don't know how, I'm not sure, that is minimum wage behavior. When you enter saying, let me look it up, let me find out, let me do a little research and get right back to you, that is executive behavior. Okay? Doctors don't see their first patient and act like they're confused or overwhelmed, they'd lose the patient. The lawyer, gets hit with a question he hasn't heard before, and he doesn't get confused and overwhelmed. He'd lose the client. The executive doesn't go into a corporate meeting, need to make a decision and freak out and say he's not sure what to do. He would lose his job. So we have to make a decision. Which do we want? Who do we want to be? Where in the spectrum? And by the way, there's so many good places in the spectrum. Guys, when I started, I had 2 little kids. I needed to make 500 extra a month. Okay. Then I thought maybe, wow, 500 extra a week would be like a miracle. Okay. Then I wanted to make as much as I made at my job. And then after that, I started to really dream once I realized I could do it. So if you're looking at the lower end of the spectrum, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And by the way, if you want to be a minimum wage marketer, God bless you. If it gets your family through and it does what you need it to do, it's awesome. But I will tell you that there's not that many successful minimum wage marketers. Most lose money. But there's a heck of a lot of breakthrough stories that are really executive level marketers that not only make that kind of money, but live a life of freedom. So I think that the contrast is profound. I think if you go out and you look around, and every time you go out now, just look at what are the responsibilities and what's expected of a minimum wage worker. If that's what you're looking for in your marketing business, you might be making a big mistake. Now look around and look at the people that have the lifestyle that you want, both in the regular world as well as the home business world, and look at what is expected of those guys and what they've put into it. And now you're going to get a little bit more of an idea of why you really want to self-educate yourself. Jim Rohn said a formal education will make you a living, and a self-education can make you a fortune. And that is truer than ever. So minimum wage or executive, you decide. Hey guys, if you like this one, there's lots more over at DianeHochman.com. Run over, put in your name and email, send you out all kinds of videos, trainings, thought processes, invite you to webinars. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But the one thing I can promise you is I will not do it for you, and I will not treat you like a minimum wage marketer. We'll see you guys later. Take care.